The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, trusted by over 500 NFL players for their winning smiles, and broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your host, Nicole Hutchison.
Cowboys Nation, welcome into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. Ladies, what's popping? Good morning, wake up! Okay, louder than that again. Is it really? Don't need to be a little bit louder?
Let me adjust here.
Don't do that.
Very good. Very good.
Very good. Don't adjust.
Let me turn
Keep
you
it up.
down.
Keep it up. Thanks. How y'all doing?
You two turned up. Let me turn
Y'all
you
good?
down. Yeah.
You sure?
But yeah.
Positive?
Yeah.
How are you? I'm great. It's a lovely morning, Tuesday, game days on Sunday at noon.
You had coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee like that.
It's crazy work.
I know. It's just me naturally.
Just the natural.
That's what you get.
Woo.
That's what you get, man. Cool. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. I know we'll be getting a few more viewers shortly. Twitter as well. We got a lot to talk about. Schotty speaking to the media yesterday, and of course, a lot of different big topics there. But of course, the number one topic is whether or not Dak Prescott will be playing. That was actually the first question that was asked yesterday by Calvin. Let's go ahead and play the soundbite if we have it. Chris?
Plan on finishing strong and having Dak play. And, again, get a chance to go 5-1, hopefully in the division, finish 8-1. And, that's the plan as we're looking at now.
Will there be any opportunity for Joe Milton to play as well?
Again, we'll look at that. Again, the biggest thing for me is, put the game plan together and hopefully have another great week of practice and focus on getting our prep. You know how much respect I have for this team and this defense that we're getting ready to play. Elite front seven. And but, yeah, we'll see how the week goes. But, right now the plan is to play Dak.
Easy decision or hard decision? I mean, I know the game means something, but doesn't mean something, and obviously you want to see some young guys at times, but I don't know. It's just
well, I think they all mean something. That's where I would say I think they all do mean something. We're being evaluated on the whole season here, and we're proud of the fact we've played well against the NFC East opponents, and got a chance to play another one this weekend. But I feel good about it.
You hear from Schotty, as he just said. Dak will be playing as to be expected. We heard from Dak, of course. He's been getting that same question that he wants to play. And I don't know how to feel about that. But Aisha, that's what we're talking about. Ladies, how y'all feel about that? Should y'all see Dak in the final game of the season?
Bree?
I said it going into week 16 when they got officially.
She was trying to sit it down last week.
Yeah, I kind of hate it because I don't think the reward of him being on the field is worth the risk just because the obvious, his age, his 2 season-ending injuries he's already had, the foundation that this team has proven on. Like, you're going into next season with a lot of confidence in this offense and a lot of confidence in this front office on who they can bring back. And even though if in Javonte Williams doesn't come, this is a pretty dang good offense still. I'm not going to say the Pickens thing because I refuse to believe that they're letting that man walk out the door. But regardless, you have all the pieces. This is what you wanted, and now let's figure out the defense, and now you're not that far away from the ultimate goal. So it seems to me I just have it's like a little anxiety. Worst case scenario, we all know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. I do understand, though, as the competitor side. I mean, to be fair, Dak also wants to go for it on 4th down every time. He told us that a couple weeks ago. That's not the greatest decision, right? But that is the competitor in him. That is the athlete in him. So, again, of course, he wants to go out there with his team against the Giants. How many wins do the Giants have? I don't even know. Against, and it's going to be competitive because we saw what happened. That was Schotty's first win. This is, I understand all of it. But still, I hate it, especially when you have Joe Milton there. Why not give him the reps, right? Why not? Nothing is hurt. And I'm kind of looking at it as a preseason game. Like I would be, and I understand like getting his start and getting his numbers or whatever he's trying to. I know there's like a stat out there that he's almost at too that he could get. I saw one of the writers tweet it yesterday. I can't think of what's that. I mean, he's hit
Dak or Joe?
Dak. He's hit every one of them. I feel like already. But
Like his incentives and stuff?
yeah, no. It's like it's a stat that he would another stat.
Oh,
he would
another
beat.
stat he would beat.
Yeah,
Okay,
you know how
tracking.
they'd be like today he. I feel like we see him every week because he's that great.
Shocking.
But I just. Yeah, I just don't feel like it's worth it. Get him out there, let him start, and then take him out.
Yeah, which is what I think, to your point, which is what I think is more likely to happen is like they gauge how the game is. If it's one of those things that he doesn't have to play and then he does play. But I'm not surprised with Shotty's comments. I didn't think that they weren't going to allow Dak to play or he wasn't going to sit out. But I did think that there was a chance that maybe he didn't play. And especially that you have your left guard playing left tackle right now. And to be fair, he did not have the best showing this past week. And so with what's going on, to your point, Bree, but what's going on with your tackle position, specifically your left tackle position, going up against this defensive front who, I don't care what you say, like Shotty said it, I wouldn't refer to them as elite, but the one thing about Giants, baby, they might be meh, but their front seven always has some players on it, some guys that can get after it, some guys that can get to the quarterback. So I'm a little surprised. I understand pretty much every side of it. I am a little cautious because another thing, too, is that you are going up against a team like this is, Bree, you said preseason game, and I know people get offended when you say that type of stuff sometimes, but it is kind of like that. Furthermore, you got guys on the other side that are trying to earn their checks or put themselves in position to go to other teams and get good tape as well. So I expect for it to be competitive, like you said, Bree. And I am a bit worried about what's going on with the quarterback, especially with their pass rush and also what's going on with your tackles.
And that's the point is people are playing to have jobs next season on both sides of the ball. And they're going to be coming for him. This is someone who took 6 sacks last week.
And he got lit up. I mean,
very much so.
I tweeted, I was like, Lord, Dallas, y'all lucky Dak ain't made a straw. Because he has taken some I mean, I could be wrong, but this is one season where some of the sacks he's taken have been a lot more brutal to me than I feel like he's taken in a while. So maybe it's because we didn't see him play that much last year. But
maybe because he's getting older. It starts to hurt.
He be just popping up. I be sitting here stressed.
Like a little slower.
Do y'all be waiting?
Yes.
I be sitting there waiting like.
Yes, and last week it came from everywhere. Usually we can pinpoint it's from interior or just the tackle situation, but it came from left tackle, right tackle, inside, just everywhere. But you talk about Joe Milton, who's only played 3 games, of course, brought in late against the Chicago game, Denver Chargers game. And I remember when, of course, we had a luxury in a backup quarterback when Dak Prescott was down with injuries. You had a Cooper Rush. Right now, you don't necessarily know what Joe Milton is at the NFL level, considering he has not played a lot of NFL football games. Granted, he's played preseason games, but talking about real live game action, that's a little bit different. And you just never know in this league. Because you see it around the NFL, you see it on this team.
Backup quarterbacks play.
Yeah, backup quarterbacks play.
They play these days.
But even like looking at the injuries we face, like throughout the entire team, you got to have some security just in case. So I think that honestly, like I don't want to see Dak. Respectfully,
yeah,
I don't want to see Dak.
I don't necessarily either. It's very weird. Like I want them to, this is the last game of the season. These guys aren't going to touch a football field for a long time, and that is. I know you two ladies are former athletes. I'm sure that that's hard for them. Like, this is something that, like, carries them. And so it's not just, like, obviously we're thinking about the health and things like that. Like, for some of these guys, this might be the last time they suit up together as a team. And so it's like, I want to be empathetic to their experience, but then I'm also like Bree said, the offense is something you are the least... It's the lesser of the two when you're what you're worried about going into next season, into this offense. You feel like you have a better foundation there. Quarterbacks say ouch. all of that changes. And so I agree. And you made such a fantastic point, Nicole, about the pressure last week coming from all different places. The Giants defense is a defense that will blitz as well. And that's the thing that I was kind of thinking about is what is going to be Javonte's status, because that's something that is huge because of the pass protection. And so if Javonte don't go, you sit this
That's
brother,
how he's like a mom.
brother down.
If your brother can't go, you can't go.
You can't go.
Both of y'all can't go.
And that's kind of how it feels when it comes to Javonte. This year has been, to me, I know he's been one of the best running backs in pass protection, and he does so much of the little dirty work. A lot of those big plays that you see Dak make down the field to George Pickens and CD, he's the guy in the blitz pickups. And not having him out there, not saying that Malik Davis didn't step up and make some decent plays last week in pass protection, it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like is a twosy thing. Like, I'm going to be a little tight, finding out what's happening with Javonte. If he going right
Yeah,
now.
that's a big part. But one question about this whole thing that I feel like is silly, and it's like I never think as a part-time professor, no question is a stupid question. But there is something about hearing how does the momentum of this game carry into next season.
It doesn't.
It drives me nuts.
It doesn't. I don't think that it.
Please.
I don't think that it. I don't think that it really
does
has a
not.
lot of bearing. Like
Hooker
that.
said the same thing last night. He
Yeah.
was like, honestly, like
It don't.
it doesn't. Granted, you don't want to finish with a losing season. You want to finish with a better record, but
Yeah.
like it don't really.
It's so many months away.
Like,
Yeah.
and,
how,
and
look
they're
how this
taught
team
to have
ended last season. That didn't carry over into this season.
Yeah.
Look at some of the best teams in the NFL right now. That you're like, when did they get good?
No, I agree.
And then, this is like, Dak said, like, to your point, this is going to be the last time this group plays together because it's going to look different. But when it's like, she being there with me, I'm just like, when I hear that question, I'll be like,
I hate you.
Yeah.
I really do.
no, it's not
I'm
going to
tired
carry
of you.
over to next season.
Tired. All right, we're going to take our first break here on Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign. Dive into this matchup. Also do some end of the season gradings because we are at the end of the season. So we'll be right back with more Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys. Only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
How does the cheerleader's hair always look so perfect? We asked, and they shared one of their biggest beauty secrets. If you want hair like theirs and confidence to match, use Babyliss Pro styling tools. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders use Babyliss Pro curling irons to get those perfect game day curls. To get the hair you see on the cheerleaders, head to BabylissPro.com. Use the code Cowboys20 for 20% off Babyliss Pro tools, the official styling tools of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Get the discount while it lasts. Offer may be withdrawn at any time at advertiser's discretion.
Wake up! Cowboys next. That was a little lower.
That was aggressive,
We're back.
honestly.
Welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morris, and wake up! That was better.
Let me tell you something.
You're welcome.
Hall of Fame people, y'all keep doing Darren Woodson like that. Somebody gonna get a pop.
By you?
Just a little finger for me.
A pop.
By you?
I'm gonna pop somebody.
Okay. You really.
He made the finalist list again.
Yeah.
Him and Jason Witten.
Yeah.
They better stop playing with
If you could pitch, what would you say?
I mean, he's like a lot of the safeties that we look at now are like literally built off of the way he played.
Yeah.
He literally was like a blueprint. So, yeah.
Straight like that?
Straight like that. That's why Dallas needs to be looking at safety in the draft. All right. What'd you say? We about to do something
We're
else.
gonna get back to that next week after the season's over with. All right.
In draft mode.
Yeah, she is.
Like the rest of them.
We are. It's time.
The judgment.
Bye.
Like the rest of them. She's already.
Honestly, both of y'all at the door.
She's sick. She's talking about them like the rest of them. Like,
I'm serious. Everything I listen to, I'm like, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, me either. I don't like this.
I'm not completely there. I don't
want to be there.
I'm having to get there because I gotta do draft.
You missed Christy yesterday. She's like, I refuse to talk about the draft.
Yeah, she did say that.
You know,
She's standing on business.
You know, she do the business of stand.
She's not playing.
Please. All right, we're gonna do our coaches' gradings. Are y'all ready for this? I just feel like I need to be dramatic. All right, we're gonna start at the top. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer.
Are you just starting?
Yeah.
Head
At the
honcho.
top. Period. Or y'all want to do him last?
Nah, we can do him first.
Let's do first.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What's your grade?
Don't cheat. Don't look at my paper.
I was.
Jesus.
I don't cheat.
You remember when they used to
I ain't
put
do
up
that.
the folders? It was so
No,
serious.
that was
dog.
insane.
It was serious.
But see, like, I ain't cheat. I ain't do that. So there's that. Anyways, I would say a C+. C+ because right now 7 wins. If you finish 8-1, okay, you're finishing at what, 500. You brought in a good coaching staff offensively. For the most part, your offense has been at the top of the league, in the NFL, but your defense has been at the bottom of the league the entire season. So granted, your offense, of course, carrying over into 2026, you have the pieces. It depends on if you maintain a Javonte Williams or George Pickens, a lot of other guys. And, yeah, I'm going to go C+ just because, granted, it is your first year head coach. Your philosophy is there, what you want to do. But
She grades harder than me.
Oh, what you gonna give?
Really?
You grade harder
I'm shocked.
What you gonna give him?
Because I thought you was giving, like, a D. Because you a little hard.
Come on, professor. Come on,
That's
professor.
crazy. I'm a fair professor. Okay.
Come on, professor.
I would go as I know no B-, no B+, a solid B. A solid B. B.
Wait, ain't a B? Wait, a B is like
It's above average
Yeah.
on a grading scale.
Have you seen the grading scale these days?
And C's in my house, you couldn't go out.
I don't get no. Yeah, but like
C's get.
I thought it was like. Never mind.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll bring.
So
I
I'm
can
not a
bring it.
professor?
I can bring it in tomorrow if you'd like to see my grading scale.
Don't worry about it.
I can. No, I think for a first-time head coach, and remind you who literally, like, honestly, like, who was hyped up he was going to be the head coach.
Nobody.
Okay, so how has that changed? He changed his own narrative, and he could have only 7 wins going out. Realistically, he could have 8. Whatever. That's not really impressive to us, and he can say he didn't have a losing season if they're able to get this win in New York on the road. The defense has held him back. I mean, that's what's holding the whole team back. But what have they've been through so much this season. They could have, this team was hit with a tragedy,
Yeah.
That's huge. They could have used that. I don't want to say as an excuse, but you could have seen it affect them on the field, and it didn't. And I think it has a lot to do with who's in front. Some of my friends don't even really watch NFL day to day, but they like to watch the videos of Schottenheimer after a win, as do we. Everybody I've talked to, going even from starting in Oxnard, because obviously Schottenheimer has been a part of this organization, they had this little smirk to him, y'all gonna see why we're bought in now in August, right? And I think for someone who is able to also step up and kind of take accountability each week, even when it's rough and gets rougher, he doesn't kind of hide away from other questions. He doesn't sugarcoat it too much, but he also does it in a way where he doesn't throw any player or coach under the bus.
He's very careful with that. He's very
But
careful.
it's not, but I also, he always gives you something that's real. That's hard to find a balance. There's a lot of coaches who don't have that, right? And then he's just able to do what you wanted to see with this offense. Yes, there's some calls, and I know Aisha's talked about it, there's it's kind of like the growing pains of figuring out the confidence wise and all that kind of stuff and your personnel. But there's also a guy who's had to have his hand in the defense and be in that room. So looking forward, if they do make a change or if they don't, whatever, I feel like if this is someone who doesn't have to have their hands so much in the defense, who is a natural offensive play caller and can really get in his bag and focus on his end and have that more of a trust, because I think there is a lack of trust. There obviously is, without saying it. If you got to come correct my work and make sure I'm doing my job every week, something you didn't do in the beginning of the season. That's why I give him a solid B. If we're in the playoffs, I bump it up.
Jeez.
Well, see, I was just grading the field production. Are we doing
y'all?
I'm grading whole. I'm grading him.
What y'all grade again? What's your?
Oh, I said
B.
C. I said C plus because I was just grading B production. But if we're grading as a whole,
see, in my graduate program,
I say B minus.
You don't graduate.
You don't.
I'm on a different. Some other people.
So I would say
graduate.
if we're grading, everything, I say a B minus. But if we're grading just production, because at the end of the day, he even said it himself, we want to win a championship. We want to build a winning program. That's what his expectation is. So. Shut up. That's crazy.
Please.
She's crazy. I need you to use the door.
Please, sister.
But if we're grading the production, I'm going to go C+. But Shotty as a whole and the way that he has carried himself and through everything, absolutely a B. But if we're grading, of course, the wins, loss column.
That's why we both holding those A's
defense,
for ourselves.
And the defense, C+.
It's gonna be a C for me, dog. A straight up C. And I it's interesting because Bree, you said who thought who was excited about Shotty. I wasn't excited at first, but it didn't take me long to remember some of the interactions I had with him. Just hearing him in the pressers talk, talking to players in the locker room about him in the past years. And I was like, okay, he clearly has a vibe to him. It was a lot to be seen at that point. I think as a play caller, he's shown himself to be one of the best in the NFL. I think that's hard, especially coming out of he's had to find the balance of being a head coach and a play caller. But that's the thing is that he's obviously a good play caller, but he's also the head coach. And unfortunately, the way that football works is with stuff that happens under your watch, it happens under your watch. So special teams has not played incredibly great this year. And the defense has been a huge pitfall this year. And so as much as I want to, be super excited and just kind of hone in on the offense as a head coach, unfortunately, you're responsible for all of what's going on, despite, you not asking for certain people and stuff like that too. But and I do agree with you, Bria. I think once he gets someone in here possibly that he trusts a little bit more and stuff, then it will balance things out. But overall, I feel like it was a good starter season. Like Bree said, they have been through a lot, some key injuries. I mean, it's hard to forget that you lost a star defensive player to start the season, seemed unexpectedly as well. So I'm kind of in that place where I want to give him a higher grade. It would be a higher grade if it was just about him and everything, but him being the head coach, when they talk to him about what's going on like that, he knows that. He knows that as the head coach, that no matter what happens under his watch is on him to some degree. So that's why I would give it a strong C. Yeah.
And I think for me, when you're talking about the defense as well, Clowney, your best pass rusher somehow, some way, is because of their connection and him. That one person that we can kind of say, I don't want to say growth, but was that unexpected, didn't cost too much to come, was a good surprise, and now it's someone they want to bring back, right, on both sides, it seems like. I think they talked to him in the locker room recently about that. That's got Shotty's print on it, and that is a good piece for this defense. seeing what else they bring next year.
Yeah, and it's worth talking about like what the staff that he assembled, which is I want to make sure I say that he helped assemble. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that one of the reports when George Pickens was acquired was that Schotty was adamant about getting a wide receiver 2 in here for the Cowboys, and that
I'm sure he would.
Probably.
he spearheaded them actively seeking a wide receiver 2. He's been around, like you said, Brie. He's been around enough to see that Dallas has not had a consistent person outside of CeeDee Lamb, and the fact that that was something he wanted to make a focal point on. I think also too, y'all, like, what do we need to what we need to do to like get this team out of like being one of the most penalized teams in NFL?
I don't know.
Because at this point, like, hear me out. Like, it would be different if it was one regime. No, you've seen it with multiple regimes, multiple coaches, multiple different coaches. Like, how do you get? Because the penalties were killer this year, and unfortunately, penalties are a reflection on the head coach. It just is. Just is. Like, guys got to do their job. Guys got to do what they're supposed to be and do what they're supposed to do and be disciplined. But one thing about Schotty, I remember in a camp, he was really big about the discipline side of things. He didn't care about kicking guys out of practice for fighting and stuff like that. And then they got out there week 1. They squabbled. They was squabbling. I was like, wait.
Not good.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do y'all think? Because I'm thinking about that in the umbrella.
I think that's a question, a very fair question, and it's something I feel like you don't, to your point of how many coaches have come in here and can't fix it.
It's always a problem.
I feel like that's, and I almost, when you're an athlete and you're in it and you can't see it, or I don't know how to explain it, I feel like that's almost like a good conversation to have with a former player.
Yeah.
Because when you're in it and you're next to the guys making the same mistakes week after week, the coaches, to your point, can't figure it out. I don't know how they address it, because I think going back and listening to the questions in Oxnard about asking that, especially talking about Tyler Guy and the most penalized, it's a line going into the season. It's like more of the discipline. Well, what is that? What does
that look like?
Because I thought that was a focus, too. And from what, I was only in Oxnard for half the time, but from what I heard from the beginning, he was ripping everybody equally.
Yeah.
Right. Making them, they hadn't, I think Christy has said, I've been here for 27 seasons. I've never seen them just stop and just start doing sprints because of, discipline. So I don't know how I really don't.
But also, how do you keep it going throughout the season? Because it's not like you can just stop and do that in the small amount of time that they have to practice, that they're allowed to practice. You know what I'm saying?
We saw
what kind of penalties too? Because I'm talking about
pre-snap.
The
guys lining up in a neutral zone.
Those are the penalties.
And I expected, like, don't get it twisted. With the offense specifically, I expected you're taking an uptick in motions and shifts and things. You're doing schematically a lot of things that you have not done before when it comes to the offense. So I expected for there to be a little bit of uptick, but no, like, this team has been top 3 or led the NFL in penalties with multiple regimes, with multiple coaches, and I'm just wondering what it's going to take or who it's going to take, because I really did feel like, and maybe this is something they can improve on next year, but when we're thinking about the head coach, how many Kevontae Turpin runs got called back because there was a hold? There's always a hold on returns. But still, like, it's just those little things that I'm like, I was really hoping that he was the person that could get a hold of it and Dallas to not be at the top of the list again in penalties this season. So, sorry, I know that was like a fussy thing. It's something that I factored into what do I grade him? Because penalties are, unfortunately, an indictment on the head coach. It always is. I mean, yes, we can go the positional coaches, but when it comes down to it, it's going to follow him.
That's fair. All right. Y'all want to go defense or offensive side of the ball?
Let's do...
It's y'all's choice.
We should probably do the offense first or
end with the defense.
You can do the offense first?
This is Burger King. Y'all can have it your way. See what I did there?
Offense is fine.
Offense?
Since we're smiling.
Did you say they SpongeBob meal? Sorry.
No.
That's not a sponsor. Whataburger is.
It's fine.
All right, go ahead.
Clayton Adams. Who wants to go first? I went first the last time.
Oh, Big K. Big K, not the little one. Yeah.
So bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of the best additions of the season. I mean, schematically, a lot of the stuff that they've done in the run game, I think, has benefited a guy like Javonte Williams. And there's plenty of times, and that's the thing, is like when you go back and look at the film, you like, dang, this is a dope play call. The execution has always been like iffy. I have no complaints about this coach. I think that I hope that they're able to keep him here a little bit, because I know people are kind of getting a whiff of him, like, oh, okay, look what he's doing down there in Dallas. They couldn't even run the ball last year at all. Now they can run the ball all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. So I think he's been a good addition. I'm sure that he helps balance out Shotty. He does more of the run game coordinating. You can tell that Shotty takes on most of the pass game coordinating. You can kind of see that. I think they're a good balance, and I think they worked together well this year. I also think that he's been limited with the backfield. I think the fact that you have not had another number two has limited some of the things that I got to see him do, that I'm sure you ladies looked into seeing him do when he was in Arizona. Dallas really wasn't able to attack the outside zone as much as I would like to this year, and attack the edges as much. They didn't have that explosive guy that could break open some of those screens and things like that. So hopefully we can see him open up that a little bit more next year. But this is one of the best hires across the NFL this past year to me.
Yeah, I was kind of like interested. I think we talked about it when he got hired, because it's always kind of tricky when you have your OC or even a DC and they're not the ones calling plays. Mm-hmm. Because how much influence do you really have? How much control? How much input? But from what Shotty says every week, it sounds like they found their balance, and you saw the production on the field, able to tell their balance. Again, when you go from sure wish we could get, the run game, or we're celebrating when the Cowboys actually can rush over 100 yards.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Those were hard times.
I know.
The stats were crazy. Like, I can't think of, I just remember them ongoing, and the national just came like, this is the most consecutive. I'm like, yeah, we know. They're not reaching what they need to get. But when you're talking about growth in the offensive line and just how they started the season, like, it took a while to have a healthy offensive line. Was it? I don't remember what week it was. Was it 4 healthy? Not 4 healthy. They only had Terrence Steele was the only starter. The
only constant. Yeah.
Yeah, and that says a lot, right? And I like the fact that when he's asked about Nate Thomas and things like that, he's like genuinely excited about this offseason, because he's like, I see things and I see some criticism, but you guys aren't seeing the full picture. And if I could just correct these tweaks, this is going to be a different person next season. And he said some things, some bad habits about even a guy like Terrence Steele, who who is a starter here and will be a starter somewhere else if contract situations don't go as planned or what have you. But just saying, like, it's fun to see. He's all business, but I think you know what I mean.
It's very human the way he talks, right? It's personal.
You can tell he's having fun.
Yeah.
He don't be smiling a lot, but he's having fun.
That's how he did with Javonte.
Yep.
You remember he put a song?
Yeah.
He was like...
You said he put a song?
He put a song.
Okay.
You remember at the beginning?
I'm sorry, you said put.
Excuse me. Put us where...
No, my bad. I thought you said, like, put a song. So I'm like, wait, what?
Nah, he put a song.
Like, okay,
remember before the Philly game, he was like...
I remember
y'all about to see.
It.
Y'all about to see. And I like that about him, where he's like, to your point, he has a confidence in the guys. Mm-hmm. He does, and he exudes it when he talks. So, Clayton all right with me, bro.
I think it's also, like, Clayton is so good with knowing his, like, personnel.
Yes.
He emphasizes schemes that don't just is, like, what he wants to do, but it's what fits what he has. You knew you were coming in with a Javonte Williams. Granted, we was all sitting up here like, we don't know what he gonna be because he was just injured last year. But Clayton Adams was like, this guy's got vision. Mm-hmm. This guy's shifty. He can do it all. And his scheme fits that. His offensive line, of course, has allowed this rushing offense to be 9th in rushing yards per game, tied for 8th in rushing yards per play, which, granted, Dallas was near the bottom of the NFL last year.
But that's what Clayton does, though. That's what it was in Arizona. They were top 10 in almost every run game category that existed, and he's translated that here. Another thing, too, I know we got to move on, but another thing, too, is the fact that Javonte Williams, I remember hearing him say, I understand what's going on.
Yep.
I'm not just out there running. I'm reading and things like that. And I think that goes into the offensive line coach and also the OC, the run game coordinator, getting him up to speed and making it digestible for him. So,
Wait, so what's your grade? Did you say your grade?
Oh, my bad. We didn't give grades. We just
grade on the
elaborated.
On him? Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be for Clayton, for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B-, B+. Nah, B+.
I'm gonna go B+
yeah,
because I feel like we still ain't get to see him unlock his stuff yet.
Yeah, I almost y'all really do grade harder than I'm so soft when it comes to grading. I'd be like, I tell my students, if you show up and you at the borderline, I'm gonna give you an A-.
All your students.
Bree! They be
Everybody getting A's.
Baby, they be on rate.
That's how
My
she be
professor like, hey,
She be writing papers.
go with
I'm
her,
so
bro.
scared to see what they
Literally.
say about me.
Take Bree's class.
Because she cool.
Go fast. I just need you to show up and give your best.
Y'all are sick. We're gonna take our second. Wait, what's your grade?
I just said A-.
Oh,
You know she can't help it.
that's crazy.
I'm soft. I gotta look at my books.
We're gonna take our second break here on Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign, and be right back.
Heck of a win, fellas.
Coach, the Cowboys beat us by 30 points.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He started eating fresh food from the farmer's dog and has lost 7 pounds.
Your senior dog with joint issues?
That's right, Steven. The pre-portioned meals of real meat and veggies help keep him lean, active, and feeling like a puppy again.
That's incredible. But what about the game?
The Cowboys smoked us. Hit the field, run some sprints.
Get 50% off your first box of the official pet food of the Dallas Cowboys. Only at thefarmersdog.com/Cowboys.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
When you're on the field, you know what it takes to lead your team and play with confidence. But that confidence shouldn't just stop at game time. It should follow you off the field, too. Join over 500 NFL players who trust Invisalign, the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner brand. Ready to take the first step towards a smile you'll love? Visit Invisalign.com/NFL and find a doctor near you today. Transform your smile and take your confidence to the next level, both on the field and off.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for us. If the men in your life bleed blue and silver like we do, I've found the perfect way to elevate their game day rituals. Gillette just released their best razor in Cowboys colors, and it is everything a Cowboys fan could want. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor combines his Cowboys pride with Gillette's best shave. And with 50% longer lasting blades, it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's best shave is also available as heated.
The Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award, presented by Nationwide, recognizes NFL players who have exhibited excellence on the field and whose passion to impact lives extend beyond the game. Help Dallas Cowboys club winner Solomon Thomas raise funds for the defensive line by casting your charity challenge vote at NFL.com/Man of the Year, or you can tweet using the hashtag WPMOY challenge.
Go ahead and do that ASAP. ASAP.
He deserves it.
He does deserve it. All right, welcome back into Girls Talk Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign in the SWBC studio. Nicole Hutchison, Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison. All right, who y'all want to go next? I'm giving you all the options.
I think we have to go defense, or are we still doing offense? Or we just because
you want to do Okay, cool. Let's go defensive coordinator. Let's stick coordinator, and then we'll go underneath. All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right, cool. Don't look at me like that. All right, Matt Eberflus.
Huh?
Bree, it's your turn to go first. You're scared.
Dang.
And she's a nice grader, so she said, listen, go ahead.
Dang. I hate to do it.
I
don't like failing.
How they do when you in college? But they put a W, a withdrawal.
I don't know. I ain't get that.
That's early in the season, sis.
What you can?
You got that's deadline. We stuck this out to the end.
Gotta be on probation. Academic con.
I was on full ride. I couldn't do that.
That's wild. Yeah, I mean, we all know this isn't a passing grade. I don't think for anybody at the table. It would be a D for me, dog. If you show up every day, I don't give Fs. That's my classroom rules. But I mean, he showed up.
That's your classroom rule?
Yeah, I can't give out F if you showed up every day.
What are you teaching? I need to go. Let me enroll.
What class is this?
Let me use my GIB real quick. You hear me?
Please. Listen.
What class is this for real?
Listen. I got 3 of them. I'll send you guys.
Degree. Another degree.
I hate y'all.
Well, yeah, it'll be one for you.
Listen, I'm an educator. I know you can't tell here, but I'm positive in the classroom, okay? I want people to succeed. And he did show up every day. He gave us a little run there coming back from the bye week where it looked like, okay, you wanted to see some changes. You wanted to see more man. You know, like I said, they went through a tragedy. They came back, and I know it was Vegas, but it felt like surreal, and it felt like a different team that really played for each other through the hardest times, and they kept it going, and then the Lions happened, and then but yeah, I mean, it's hard to defend where you're at statistically in every defensive category. It's hard to defend that the Dante Fowlers of the world, the Sam Williams, the people that you thought were going to take that next step. Mm-hmm. The Maris Leah foul probably bothers me the most just because we saw what he could do as a rookie, and then his snaps, if you look over the last couple of weeks, are so low. I mean, they've been like that, but like they've like decreased, right? Mm-hmm. 2 snaps last week. And then I don't know how much you guys are like paying attention, but the Logan Wilson thing, I know we talked about it yesterday, but it also it's starting to sound like if just from the perception of how it's coming off, it's like, you know, you could tell that Jerry wants Logan on the field because they made a move for him, even though 7th round pick, but they made a move to make this defense better. Let's not forget, when we're talking about the trade deadline and who was coming, he was hyping up what was already done after the game, and that was Logan Wilson. The Quinnen thing was still in the works. He was talking about people who were coming to help. That was Logan Wilson.
We were trying to forget. Why would you remind us?
Because where we are. I'm grading. Please let me work. I'm sorry.
Let me shut up. My bad.
Bro. Oh my gosh, she making me lose my train of thought. Look,
you said Logan Wilson?
Mm-hmm. Yes. That he was getting hyped up. You said Jerry was hyping him up.
Yes. Okay. So thank you. Back to what I was saying. So recently, it sounds like Jerry Jones with Logan Wilson. He was, I'm not going to say like upset, but he had questions on why he wasn't out there. And then to go to Schotty and he kind of said we have to do better with that. Like he almost like they didn't communicate, and that is with him and Eberflus about why this man didn't touch the field. That's scary. We're not even talking about communication on the field. We're talking about it on the sideline. Like, it really legit sound like he had no idea that man had.
It was the rotation got messed up for me. That's what they said.
That's what they said, and then that sound.
Those are the types of things where I'm like, it doesn't sound like he is the guy who's gonna be here next season. Just like those conversations and those statements, you know, because a lot of stuff does stay internal and close to vest, you know. But yeah, I don't know, and that's why I give him the grade that I give him. And if he is here, cool. But yeah, it's kind of hard to imagine. From the talks, the tones in the last, I would say, like 3 weeks have really changed. Since the Lions game, I would say the tone has really changed. So that's my grade. What you got?
You said D?
Yes, ma'am.
Same.
I don't give Fs.
I would say a D. I would say a D as well. I think it's just too much to overcome. We can talk about the personnel. We can talk about guys being injured and stuff like that, but look across the NFL and see teams with lesser talent that are playing hard, that understand their assignments, that know what they're supposed to be. I also feel like I just like I said, I feel like it's too much to overcome. I feel like it was too much to overcome from the start with kind of the differences in scheme and differences. This is a coach that is he's very sure of who he is. Mm-hmm. And very sure of what he likes to do. And it does not seem like that is suitable for what they had personnel-wise this year, and moving forward, it's going to require a lot of changes. So for me, I'm going to say D. I have not been a fan. I'm really not a fan of coaches that are not open to adjust. It makes me nervous because what are we doing? That's what football is. I mean, if you don't know how to adjust, or if you're not willing to adjust in this game, it's going to leave you behind. That's just how it goes. And I just feel like that really irritated me. This year.
And I think, to be fair, like, listening to how most places work and other coaches, when you have if you have two differences in schemes, ideas, it's, you could have all these assistant coaches and everybody's in that room, but the DC ultimately makes a decision on how we're going to attack this thing. And to your point, I know everybody in that room isn't agreeing and saying, like, hey, look at, like, if you see it and everybody else watching tape sees it, it feels like he's the one pulling the trigger, being kind of hard-headed, like, this is what we're going to do, even though it's not working, clearly not working for whatever reason. And I think he's been given a lot of grace on the Micah Parsons, understanding that was your best defensive player who you were expecting to be on this roster. But I think, to your point, at some point, all right, he's gone. Haven't had him all camp. What else you got? And there was nothing.
Yeah, I got a few more minutes left for, like, literally one. Yeah, mine's simple. 30-second passing yards per game allowed. That's what you rank. 30th in total yards per game. 32nd, in points per game. And the last 4 games, you allowed opponents to score on 75% of your drives in the last 4 games. It's either a touchdown or a field goal. So I'm going to go with a D-. Yeah, I'm going to go with a D-. But we're going to keep this going tomorrow.
Yay.
This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, it's a
Great show.
This is why I ain't no teacher.
That's fine. Me either.
It's hard.
We're going to get into the
Great, it's
assistants
hard.
on offense,
It is hard.
on defense tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to tune into Girls Talk, Boys Talk, presented by Invisalign at 8 a.m. Wake up! What else? I like that. All right, that's a wrap for the show. Brianna Aldridge, Aisha Morrison, I'm Nicole Hutchison. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow.
Like at the club.
I didn't know.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?